Hey guys, I'm just waiting for paint to dry. I've been doing some painting, so I thought I'd pop on and do a video and talk about Project Life, because I haven't talked about Project Life on this channel for a little while really. And someone asked me if I was still doing my Project Life because I hadn't really talked about it. The answer is yes, I am in theory, but I am actually quite behind. There we go, I admit it, I'm behind with my Project Life. And when I say I'm behind, I mean like a couple of months behind. Quite a bit behind. Quite a bit behind. So I thought I would talk about it. Anyway, I don't really share my Project Life album anymore, as you know, but it doesn't mean that I'm not still Project Lifing. I still love it. I still do. I still love the concept of it. As most of you probably on my channel, followers, watchers, what do you call themselves, subscribers? I don't know, what do you call yourself? I don't know. If you're like me, you're a paper person and you like having physical things that you can touch and smell and things like that. So I still love having a physical album that you can flick through and stuff like that, rather than having my photos digitally or a digital photo book. I still really enjoy having printed photos and feeling them and putting them in the pockets and all that kind of stuff. And I still really enjoy looking through my albums and creating my albums. And I still really love Project Life cards. I think there are just so many out there on the market now which are fantastic, and I am really lucky that because I do have the Mrs. Brimble's shop, I do have the opportunity of being able to source wonderful Project Life cards, which of course I always buy a pack of for myself as well, because I love them. I also enjoy making my own Project Life cards out of scrapbook paper and things as well. I don't do a weekly spread. I know a lot of people with Project Life do like a weekly spread. I don't do that. I just put in like I will do spreads of holidays, or several spreads of holidays, or a spread on a day out, or a spread that's like around here, or general Brim life or something like that. But I don't do a page per week because I would find that too stressful, too much. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. So what I do is I shared a picture on my Instagram a little while ago of my photo box, okay? And so I thought I would just kind of like talk through my process with Project Life. I take, I would say 95% of my photos on my phone because I am lazy. Even though I have a really expensive SLR, I have a Canon 5D Mark II, I don't use it very often. I use my iPhone because I'm lazy, and not just because I'm lazy, right, I am a bit lazy, but it's because my iPhone is always with me or near me, and because of that I've been able to capture photos that I wouldn't necessarily have been able to capture. Just general ones that where you're out and about, or in the garden, or around the house, just having your iPhone next to you to just be able to like capture something really quickly, especially if you've got kids and they move so blooming quick. It's just fantastic. And there are so many photos, although they might not necessarily be the bestest quality in the world, you know, they're not perhaps sharp, you know, they're not perhaps that sharp, or the colour's not amazing. I have that photo of that moment that I wouldn't have if I had to go and get my SLR, then find the battery was dead, or find that I hadn't got an SD card in it, or change the lens, or what have you. I wouldn't have been able to capture that moment in time. So yeah, for me, iPhone's all where it's at. I do take some photos on my SLR, like if we want to go to the woods and kind of do like a few nice shots or something. But for me, iPhone is where it's at all the time. So I have my phone's images all on my phone, and I am very good at this. Every single month, at the end of the month, I get my photos printed. I have the Photo Box app on my phone. I use Photobox purely because I always have done. There may be better companies out there, I don't know. To be honest with you, I have always been really pleased with Photobox, so I haven't looked elsewhere for any apps. You know, if you've got better, if you know of better photo companies, then let me know. But I've always been really pleased with Photobox, so I just carry on using Photobox. I have the Photobox app on my phone, and sometimes if I know that we've had an event or a day out or a holiday, I will upload those to the Photobox app. But basically, I usually do it all at the end of the month. I sit there, I upload all my photos to the app. Takes quite a while, to be honest, but you can leave it going. You know, whilst you're watching TV or something at night, you can just leave it uploading, leave it going. And I do that religiously. At the end of every month, I upload and print that month's photos, so that I know I've done it. And then when they come in, I don't know what it is, you upload them in order, but then when they come back, they're all a bit jumbled in the pack. I don't know why, but I'm always really excited to go through my photos, so I do look through them, but I also sort them out into events and days and that kind of stuff. So that's the first thing I do, I sort them all out. And then I put them in that blue photo box that I showed you. It's kind of old school. I didn't know that they still made those. That's the sort of thing that like my parents and my grandparents had when I was younger, was those photo boxes. And I didn't think that they still did them. I didn't think there'd be a market for them. And I just happened to be on Amazon, and I was trying to find a sort of a box that would be suitable. And I thought, hey, let's just put in Photobox and see what, you know, see what comes up. And that came up. It wasn't that expensive, to be honest with you, so I bought it, and it's got those little dividers in. So what I did is I wrote all the months of the month and the year on those tabs, and then once I've sorted my photos out, I put them straight in that box in for that month. And that's where they sit, or that's where they're sitting at the moment. But the good thing about it is they're all organised into months and events or what have you, so that when I have got some time, I can just grab that box, grab my album and my cards and things, and slot through. John actually does do it as well, because they're all already organised. He sometimes like puts them in the pockets. He doesn't do any of the writing or put the Project Life cards in, but he will like slot the photos in the pockets, which is quite nice. And he likes looking through the photos as well, so that's kind of a nice activity. And we do actually plan, when in the winter time, when it's like bad weather again and we're indoors more, we do actually plan to kind of have some date nights and sit down and sort out our family photos together, so that will be nice. Yeah, so that's where they sit in there. But do you know what, they're all really organised, so even if it takes me a long time to get around to putting them into their spreads, they're all sitting there all nicely organised. And also I take way too many photos, and I'm not very good at, I never have been, I'm not very good at editing them down to ones that I want to use, but I get them all printed. And the reason I get them all printed is, and then some of them are sort of duplicates because they're kind of different facial expressions. I get them all printed because my theory is I've kind of got backups. So I've got my album, and then I've got some in the box, and they will sit in the box, because you don't necessarily want like a whole album of one holiday. You only want a couple of spreads to look through of like the key points or the favourite points, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want any of the photos. So like we went to Scotland recently, and I took tons of photos, a lot of photos, guys, a couple of hundred photos. I wouldn't necessarily want a whole Project Life album full of just the Scotland trip, so we've done like so I'll do like a couple of spreads on like the key things, and then the rest of the photos will just sit in that box forever, and they'll go with our like all the rest of our memory keeping things, because I still want those photos, I still want to look back on them, but not in a whole album, if that makes sense. I don't know if other people do that or what, but that's how I do it, and that's partly because that's how my parents also do it. I remember my parents, they've got boxes and boxes of photos, boxes and boxes of photos in boxes, as well as boxes and boxes of photo albums. So it just kind of makes sense to me. And also because there are some like duplicates of Miss B, it means that when she's older she can rifle through and she can take the photos out that she wants of herself, without having to kind of disturb like the family album. So we'll still have the family album intact, and then she'll be able to rifle through and take out the photos that she wants to keep and do whatever she wants with. So that's kind of how it's working for us at the moment. It's working really well, in as much as I am very much keeping on top of the printing of the photos. So I know I've got them, because it worries me that I don't want to get behind, because it worries me that I won't ever then get round to sort of doing it, you know, that they'll get lost or sort of technology will break. I do back up my photos, always back up my photos, but even so I kind of worry that technology will let me down. So at least I think if they're printed, I've got them then. I know like they may not last forever, but at least I've got them. So I thought I'd just share that really on how my project life is going and working and everything, and that's it. I'm still enjoying it. I still do it. I just haven't really been sharing the the actual album and my layouts and everything, but I'm still project lifing, still loving it. Right, that's it from me, this little nugget for you, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to go and see if my paint's finished drying now. I'm wearing my painting top, so that's why it's a bit rag baggy. Bye-zy.